She's also posted a story where she talked about her young son, 4 years old. He accompanied her to get her nails done to the nail salon. And he told her that he wanted to get a rainbow manicure. Now, he's 4 years old. She did not in any way, shape, or form discuss whether or not she felt that her son was leaning towards being gay or straight. This was just something that her 4-year-old baby felt like doing, and she didn't see the harm in it. However, she recalls the story about how her 4-year-old son then decided that he did not want to get his nails done because people would judge him for it. People would think that he was a girl or acting like a girl. I don't know what acting like a girl means, but here's one thing that I know for sure. I don't disagree with a lot of you Mhotep niggas who like to say shit like there is a concerted effort to feminize men through the media. I don't necessarily disagree. I definitely feel like there has been, I don't know. There's definitely been cases where we've seen black men in particular roles, especially in media, that the effort is more to push a feminine agenda as opposed to seeing them as a stereotypical man, whatever that means. I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with it, but I am saying that I do see that there are certain times efforts being made through media, through television. And when I say media, I mean television, I mean music, I mean a lot of things, where just our everyday idea of masculinity is being thwarted, right? Good, bad, or indifferent. I also realize that a lot of men, and I can only speak of black men in this particular case, but a lot of black men, because that's what I know, a lot of black men, as far as I know, have a real problem with femininity as it pertains to their idea of woman. I think that the conversation is less about, oh, well, if you do your nails, that makes you, I mean, let's call a spade a spade. What they really want to say is if you do your nails, you're gay. You know, actually, what they really want to say is if you do your nails, you're a faggot, right? Which is completely disgusting. But the fact of the matter is we're going to talk real talk today when it comes to this kind of stuff, because I think that a lot of men believe that because they have a sexual preference for women, that they don't hate women. And that is, by and large, one of the biggest fallacies that is shoved down our throats. And this is not even in the standpoint of just black men. This is men in general. A lot of men feel that just because they have sex with women, because that is their sexual preference, that they don't hate women. And that is far from the truth. You hate everything that you associate with being a woman, whether it is emotions, sensitivity, grooming, a pitch in your voice, the way that you choose to love, the way that you choose to dress, the way that you choose to carry yourself. I think that if a lot of men see that as feminine traits, they hate it. And they hate it not only in men, but they also hate it in women. And the base and the root of this really is when we are raising young men and they start to do certain things and we say to them, don't cry like a little girl. That is the very foundation of where we teach men to hate women. You're acting like a girl, you know, don't do that. You're being a little bitch, you know, don't tattletale. Don't be a snitch. That's a bitch move. Don't cry. Don't be all sensitive, you know, don't have emotions. And then these are the same men that when we are ready to engage on a very human level with them, and we want them to have a level of emotion and we want them to have a level of respect, they have been taught from their infancy that that is something that they should not do because it is too associated with femininity and we hate women. And I think that until we start to attack our hate for women and femininity and stereotypes as it pertains to gender and sexual roles, we won't be able to stop toxic masculinity. By and large, we won't be able to stop men from being complete monsters to women. You know? So it's just a thought that I had. I don't know. I know that a lot of you guys had something to say about what happened with T.I. and his daughter. And to be honest with you, it's none of our fucking business. And one of the things that really tickles my pickle about these celebrities is they like to share this kind of stuff and then say, well, why y'all in my business, or want to yell at Wendy Williams for talking about it, or whoever for talking about it. But don't come on the radio and talk about your daughter's personal business like that. That wasn't even your business to talk about. It was hers, actually. And she's a grown damn woman, because she's, as of now, she's legally an adult. So that was really disgusting. But anyways, rest in peace to Clark Atlanta student Alexis Crawford, who was found dead in Decatur, Georgia. She was reported missing on October 30th, and she apparently filed a police report on October 27th, stating that her roommate's boyfriend had forced himself on her. I believe that if I'm not mistaken, her roommate and said ex-boyfriend have since been arrested and charged in the brutal murder of Alexis Crawford. So rest in peace to her. And you know what else? Rest in peace to Instagram likes. Oh, bitch. How are you girls feeling about this? Instagram is taking away your likes. Now, I don't know how much Kimmy Cakes has to do with this, because she's not only freeing niggas from jails, but she's freeing you guys for the from the excessive need for validation. Yes, Kimmy K is here to save us one and all, one Instagram post at a time. Well, if for nothing less, if you guys remember, first what went away was chronological posts, right? Then second was your ability to see other Instagrammers' activities. And now they are taking away our likes. This has already been conducted in other countries. And the reason that Instagram is giving for taking away the likes is that they want to see something with the metrics, blah, 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 blah. But here's my thought, right? I believe that Instagram got really hip to the shade and realized that they were making a lot of bitches thousandaires out there. Not millionaires, thousandaires out there. Too many people were calling themselves influencers, and the way they were doing that was by gathering up a bunch of followers, whether real or fake, and then posting and gathering up a bunch of likes, using that to solicit themselves as advertisers for product and or services, and getting paid for that. Instagram was allowing them to use their metrics in order for them to get paid. Does that make sense? So what Instagram has been slowly doing is taking away our ability to track our own metrics. Therefore, we are not able to use Instagram to get rich. Now, the other thing is Instagram will still be able to track viewership and how many engagements you get on a post. However, if you want to make money off of that, you're now going to have to use Instagram as your middleman, which means that Instagram will now get a cut of your money whenever they are ready to give you the information that's necessary for you to become an influencer. Now, for a lot of you bitches that was out there buying likes and shit, buying followers, bitch, the joke's on you. Influence that, asshole. Well, I don't know what y'all are gonna do, but let's stay tuned and let's reconvene on that, because I think it's going to be super interesting to see what happens to the so-called popular girls now that they are not able to really show whether or not they're getting engagement. How you going to become a thousandaire now, bitch? Okay. Are you guys familiar with the rapper YG, the problematic rapper straight out of LA? Now, the reason why I call young YG, now, first of all, let me just say this. young YG makes me very, he used to make me very verklempt, okay? He's an attractive young man, but everything that comes out of his mouth is fucking trash. From the fact that he was at Nipsey's funeral talking about they made some cute yellow light-skinned little bitches, that he was talking about their children, their daughters, okay? To the fact that he's got this weird made-up relationship with Kalani. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys are buying that shit or not, but I'm not. For those of you who may not know who YG is, or you choose to not follow his career, that's fine. No worries. You're not missing anything. Here's what you need to know. This week, YG posted a video. And in the video, he is with his young daughter. He's filming her. And he tells her to go into the drawer and pull out whatever is in the drawer. She does it. He says, "What is that?" She says, "Broccoli." Now, it is probably about 1 pound to 2 to 3 pounds of weed that she has pulled out of this drawer in a huge plastic bag. He goes to her, "Smell it." She smells it. He says, "What does it smell like?" She says, "Broccoli." Now, this baby is actually so adorable. And I'm torn. Now, the internet is very upset with him because they feel like it's bad parenting for him to be exposing his young daughter to marijuana at this point. I'm a young Jamaican little girl. So, needless to say, I've been exposed to marijuana at a very early age, but never like this. I find it a little bit off-putting that as a parent, he would expose her to it, not in general, but maybe this young. I think everyone's taken aback because she's a baby. I don't think she's even 4 yet. I did think that it was kind of cool that any curiosity that this little girl will ever have about marijuana will all be thwarted because of the fact, thwarted seems to be my word of the week. But any curiosity that she has is probably by and large not really going to have much effect on her usage. And this is just me kind of thinking out loud, but I mean, I understand that maybe the exposure to it is she's far too young, but I think that if he's explaining it to her as less of drug use, more of this is marijuana, it is good for you and it does not hurt you, and understanding it in its form, I can teach you, because maybe he's not smoking all that weed. We believe that he is. Maybe he's cooking with it. Maybe he's drinking it. Yes, you can drink marijuana. It's actually really great for you. You can actually do a lot of stuff. You can mix it with aloe. You can do all kind of stuff. And marijuana in its purest form has quite a bit of benefits. I kind of likened it to him having her be exposed to a gun. And for a lot of you people who are gun advocates, I know you're going to be like, that is not, he do not need to be doing it. Yeah. But let me just say this, right? I think that when you have a child, I'm not a parent, but I think that one of the biggest things that always got me in trouble was curiosity. Curiosity and ignorance. And fortunately, I had the naivete of growing up in the time of there was no internet. So my exposure was very limiting in terms of, okay, so my friends and I want to find out about sex. We cannot just pick up a phone and go on YouPorn or go on Tumblr or go on, OnlyFans and or even Snapchat for that matter, or Twitter, and just see sex. We would have to find somebody's Playboy, or, if we wanted to see, we'd have to be curious about it. And more times than not, our parents were limiting our exposure because for them, they were growing up in, I don't know about you, but my parents are old enough to have grown up in an age where Diane Carroll was the first single mother on television. And right now, by and large, single mothers are celebrated more so than anything else. It's actually, I grew up in a time where